Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther III.
Hey, hello there, wrestling fans! To another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and Ringside crew, it may be snowing out here in the Poconos, but we're all comfy and cozy here in the studio of the Jose Quinones Panther Memorial Studios. And today, I have a young lady that I had on a few years ago that she absolutely lit up. She unfroze it and she made it happy. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the one and only Bella Snow. Welcome back, Bella. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so good to be back.
Awesome. So, Bella, what have you been up to since the last time we were in the studios?
A lot has happened since the last time I was on. I've been having a lot of training, mainly focusing on training. I'm also working on my degree in computer science, and I also wrestled in Puerto Rico for the very first time, which was a very big deal for me. It's always been a dream of mine. So that was probably the highlight of my year for 2024.
Wow. So, like, I see you have a new shiny toy. So
Ooh, yes.
let's go into that first and foremost, Bella. Like, what were your thoughts that whole match? Like, how did you train for this match? Was there a special way you were practicing for this wrestler you were wrestling? Like, what did you go into this match?
Well, I actually won this in a tournament, so I was mainly training in cardio. And the whole time I'm just thinking, I need to keep going, because in the finals, I faced Alex Misery, and he's very fast. And I just knew that I had to keep going, and I had to keep up, and I did keep up, and I won.
Awesome. So, like, what were your when you hit your finisher and the referee counted 3 and you heard that bell ring, like, what was going through your mind?
When that happens, it's the best feeling in the world because, you spend hours a week, I don't even know how many days, full days I've spent training. And when stuff like that happens, when you win one of these, it's everything because it means all the hours you put in, all the work, all the gas money, all the matches, all the bumps, all the bruises. This is what makes it worth it because this shows all the work I've put in. So it's the best feeling.
Awesome. So, like, now that you're a champion, because you were a champion before when you came on Dudes at Ringside, right, Bella?
Yes, I was.
So, how many is that in your Bella the ice on the ice shelf? How many belts would that be so far?
Oh my goodness. I think that would be. Are we counting all of my reigns or all of my belts?
Well, you could add anything. Like, where would that rank in your belts of honor?
Oh gosh, I think every belt have won has been very special to me. The first belt I won was a rookie championship, and gosh, I go back and I watch that match so often just to see how I've grown since then. So that one was very special. I won the women's championship, which was extremely just a moment of this is what I was born to do because I had worked so hard to get to the point where I could win that title. Also, the tag titles meant a lot. Just recently lost them, unfortunately, but 2 whole years, I can't be mad about that. And this baby right here, I've won this one 3 times now. So this one is very special as well.
So as I said to you before we were live, like, have you gone on Peacock to actually look at the television title from WCW? Because that belt is a cardboard cutout of what that belt looks like.
I have not. I've actually gotten that a lot. I've had multiple people tell me, oh my gosh, the belt you have reminds me of the TV belt or some other belt. Like, I have a lot of people tell me that. So this belt has a lot of history here in Florida, and I'm just honored that I can carry this and move it forward.
It looks so awesome. Like that That
I
TV
love
belt has a lot of history. Like, 'cause I'm an older wrestling fan. The TV title has like, oh my gosh, so many people like Johnny
right.
B. Bad. Oh my gosh, Flying Brian. Oh my gosh, so many legends that have touched that television title and like won the belt on live on pay-per-views and stuff like that. It's just so crazy. So, what's going to you? You got a chance to wrestle in the lovely island, the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. What did that feel like for you?
Oh, it felt like a dream come true because it was the first time that my family got to see me wrestle. It was my first time wrestling out of Florida. It was everything. I don't know how else to put it because it has always been a dream of mine to go back there as a wrestler because I went there a lot as a kid to visit family. I go there all the time, but to go there as a wrestler, as a competitor, and compete for a promotion that I highly respect, GZW, shout out to GZW, I highly respect them, and to face an opponent that I have the utmost respect for and who really gave me the fight of my life, Kaylee Harrison. So really, it was just an amazing experience, and I don't think I'll ever forget that.
That's it. Kaylee, former Dudes at Ringside guest. Shout out to Kaylee. Keep it awesome, girl. So like, did Kaylee go with you on the trip to Puerto Rico, or did she take her own flight there? Because I know she's your friend in the wrestling world. That's your friend in real life. So like, what did it feel like to face your like good friend in the ring in
Yeah.
your island in the island of Puerto Rico?
We're friends, but we're a little bit of frenemies because we're always on the other side of the ring with each other. So there's a friendship and there's a respect, but there's also that bit of tension because we both want the same thing, and that's to be the best. And we know that right now we're each other's biggest competition. So it's a bit of a we're frenemies. We're frenemies. I have the utmost respect for her, but at the end of the day, if I gotta take her out to hold one of these or to advance myself, I think we both take that chance.
Awesome. It's good to have friends in the business, but it's always good to have frenemies. Bad to have frenemies, but like if you're
Right.
trying to achieve same thing she's achieving, someone's got to take the win and someone's got to take the L. You know what I mean?
Right. And I took the win. I took the
Yes. Yes. Like,
win.
so do you think 2024 is the year that Bella Snow ventures out of Florida other than Puerto Rico, like to the other states?
Oh, absolutely. This year, 2025, is going to be a huge year of growth for me. I have a lot of plans. I've had a lot of people reach out. Also, I just really want to focus on my training because my training is what has gotten me this far. I don't I don't ever want to stop learning. And I've been at my school for 7 years, and I tell you, every time I train, I'm learning something new. Whether it's a new pin, a new way to look at something, like there's no way to know everything. I know people, I talk to veterans all the time just to get advice, and even the top notch, I've talked to a Hall of Famer who says he's still learning. So that's really what I want to do is I want to keep learning and learn as much as I can because the more I learn, the better of a wrestler, the better of a competitor I can be. So that's another huge thing that I want to work on in 2025.
That's awesome. Did you get any new gear for this year, or is it everything just pretty much the gear you wore last year?
No, I have something coming in the next week or two. So I'm very excited about that. It's a completely different look. So I'm trying something new. I'll be debuting it on January 25th. That's when I will be debuting it.
So I know what I've seen, you've been like a face. So is there any chance in 2025 we may see a new side of Bella, or is it just gonna be the same Bella for the 2025 year?
Oh, it's not going to be the same Bella. I don't want to necessarily say I'm going to turn over a new leaf because I have very strong morals, you know?
Yeah.
But I have evolved as a competitor and as a person. I've learned a lot this past year, and I definitely have a new mindset going into this year. I don't think that I'm a completely different person. I think I'm a better person than I was last year. A better wrestler, a better competitor. I'm smarter, I'm faster, I'm stronger. I've learned more, and I'm ready to continue to evolve. I don't want to ever stay the same.
That's always good to have like a mindset on what you want to do. There's a lot of wrestlers that just say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then they never achieve that. They stay the same thing. Like I know same wrestlers, they want to be a face all their career. And they've never attempted to hear the boos. They always want to hear cheers. This wrestling, you're not expected to hear cheers all the time.
Right.
You know? Like, maybe one day you'll be a heel. You know what I mean? You don't know.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. There's certain opponents that you have been facing or you're gonna face in your promotion. I'm supposed to be working with her really soon. I think it's Rachel. So yeah, maybe do you want to talk about her, or like, are you in a rivalry with her? Or like,
Rachel, are we talking about Rhiannon?
yeah, Rhiannon. Yeah, Rhiannon.
Oh, Rhiannon.
Just to egg her on, said her name wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, this Saturday, I will be competing against Rhiannon and 2 other competitors. It's a fatal 4-way for my championship. Rhiannon has had a lot of stuff to say about me, but at the end of the day, I'm the champion. I have experience on my side. She's had only 1 match, and I've seen her in training. I know she's been trying. She's been putting in the work, but she has a lot of confidence for someone who hasn't been doing this as long as I have, and I don't ever turn down a challenge. I'm accepting her challenge, but a part of me is like, I'm ready to humble this girl because she doesn't know the half of what it takes yet. And I think I could teach her a lesson on that. It's not as easy. Everybody thinks they can do it, but not everybody can do it.
Yeah, it's difficult with these younger wrestlers. Like, do you ever have any of the younger kids at training like approach you now that you're, as I said before, does it make you feel even better that you have these younger kids coming in to ask you questions about stuff you learned when you were younger, or like stuff that they didn't know, you didn't know, they're telling you now?
Oh, I love that, because when I started wrestling, I was the younger one. So I was going to the other women for advice, because I think when I first had my first match, I was 16, and all of the other girls were in their 20s, and now I'm 19, and I have most of the roster is younger than me. There's like 2 exceptions, but most of the roster is younger than me, and they come to me for advice, and oh, it's the sweetest thing ever. I consider them sisters. They work hard. They're amazing. I help them as much as I can. I don't know everything. I can't give them advice on everything. Most of the time I say, maybe you should ask the trainer, because I don't know everything, but whatever I do know, I'm willing to give them advice on.
Yeah. That's good that you're teaching what the way what you know, how you can teach the kids. But
I would never claim to know anything I don't.
Yeah, you don't
but
want to
I
do
do
that.
my best.
Yeah, you do your best, man. You do your best. Like, now my favorite part of it, like what is your normal like training regimen? Like, since you have a show on Saturday, do you train differently knowing that there's a show on Saturday?
Oh, yes. I definitely do not lift as heavy. I made the mistake once where I went and I did the most intense leg workout of my life. And it was 2 days before the show. And I was going into a title match, and it was a long match. And I was in so much pain. So now I really try to go light the week before the show so I'm not sore. Because when I tell you I could barely move, and I was trying to get up, and I couldn't because my legs were just so sore. So my training regimen is a lot lighter the weekend before a show. But as far as the regular day-to-day, my school does Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I go Mondays and Wednesdays for a few hours. We have the class, and then I usually stay a few hours more to work on any new moves I want to try, or if I have a match with somebody else and I know I need to train in this specific way, then I'll stay and I'll work on that. Other than that, going to the gym and eating healthy, it's not just in the ring, it's also out of the ring. There's a lot to it. And as someone who's in college and also has an animal and has friends and family and is also trying to be a professional wrestler, it's really a lot. It's a lot that goes into this.
Yeah. So with being a Puerto Rican in the wrestling business, like God stole my grandpa, Jose Quinones, he traveled around. And so when it comes to food, because I know us Puerto Ricans, we have an awesome food palate. So
The best in the world.
of course we got everything. So shout out to Mama Snow.
I'll definitely let her know.
Yeah. So when it comes to like the Puerto Rican food, is there a food limit that you can't have before the day before a show, like with the Puerto Rican food?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a limit. I never eat heavy before a match. Like I have to eat something or else, I could pass out, which I really don't want. But I always try to eat something really light. I made the mistake because we went to Puerto Rico and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to try everything here because I was only there for 3 days. And I had rice, I had red beans, I had mofongo, and I had chicken. And don't eat that before a show, ever.
Oh,
Big mistake.
I would have went after the pasteles.
I thought about it, but I was like, I can get that tomorrow. I ended up not getting it though, but my grandma makes the best in the world, and she was the one who sent it over to us, and then my mom cooked them up.
So how did she send them? Like in a box with the freezer box, or like how do you send pasteles through the mail? Like what do you do?
Oh no, not through the mail. She had I think she just had one of the other family members drop them off, but she freezes them.
I thought like she sent him in a freezer box, like in the mail, like to Florida.
No, she doesn't live too far from here.
Okay. I was like, it's like I was thinking. My cough.
Oh, I couldn't imagine that.
But my dad did get like a Jewish deli that's in New York City called Katz's. They make pastrami sandwiches and roast beef and stuff like that. They sent an entire pastrami in the mail, and they sent it in a freezer bag, and it was vacuum sealed, and they sent it to us. So that's what I thought.
Oh,
like
wow.
they sent
that's
it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never sent food in the mail. Maybe I'll have to try that.
People do it, and they get there. Like if it's supposed to be hot, they'll set it in a heater bag, but it has to be the overnight that they send it, or it'll get messed up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I would not feel safe. I'm like, someone's gonna smell the box, and it's gonna come in like.
I feel like I would get sick. I don't know why. I have a thing like I want most of my food is fresh. Like I feel like I would mentally. Yeah. I don't know if I could.
There's a salad. I don't know if you ever had it. Ask your mom if she's ever had it. I used to love it as a teenager. Pulpo salad.
What is it?
It's called pulpo salad.
Oh, that's my dad's favorite.
Oh, I love that salad. Oh, I haven't had it. I haven't had it since Grandma left. Grandma Santi left us. Like it's like octopus pieces and like
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta tell your dad. Joe Panther says he loves that salad.
I've never tried it, but every time we go back, he orders that from everywhere. He doesn't try anything else. He just gets the pulpo, and that's it.
I haven't had it in years at all, Bella. Oh my gosh. So I guess I know what I need to get when I go to Puerto Rico. If we ever go there, I'm gonna get pulpo salad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So when you go to the shows, have you ever had any fans do any signs, drawings of you, or like make yourself into a pop, like me, like my friend?
Oh, I love that.
We're not
gotten a pop. Yes, I need a pop.
I've been popped. Well, there's a young lady. She's not watching today, but if she's watching it afterwards, shout out to Tracy. She's like one of my next to my buddy Joe Alphabet. Tracy made me into a pop, and she also made Grandpa Panther. See, look, Grandpa Panther is made into a pop.
I love that.
I'm always looking at him and I smile because he's my Mew. He got me into wrestling. He made me this crazy wrestling fan. Yep. Every time I think of I know he's in heaven. He's going again. I know, you're welcome. Like,
I bet he is. I've gotten a lot of signs recently, and it's really a crazy thing because when I was younger, I always used to make signs for my favorite wrestlers, and the fact that people are making signs for me, it's crazy. Like every time it happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know who I am?
Wow.
I'm like, oh my goodness, because I'm only a few years in, so it's crazy that people have connected with me in that way. It's a very beautiful thing.
I find it cool that people they're acknowledging you, Roman Reigns style. They're acknowledging you.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
so what tonight being the very first Monday Night Raw on Netflix? Are you gonna be able to watch it?
No, unfortunately, I have training. I'm gonna save it. I don't know how that stuff works yet because I haven't used Netflix, but I'm gonna try to save it and watch it later. I'm definitely very excited because when stuff like that happens, as a fan, I'm very excited to watch it on Netflix, but also as a professional wrestler, I'm very excited for the way the future is going because I know that that's going to be me one day, and what's happening now is going to impact me in just a few short years. So I'm very excited as both a fan and also as a professional wrestler.
As I told this to one of my other wrestlers that she was on NWA. I'm gonna say this to you now live. Just don't forget Dudes at Ringside when you make it to the big stage, Bella.
Oh, never. I would never forget anybody who's helped me get this far. Ever.
And another thing, when you make your march, your freezer march across the country, definitely try to come to Pennsylvania. I definitely love to see you live.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. You're the first person I'd call if I went to Pennsylvania.
Oh, my heart. Thank you. It's a promotion I go to. I'm going to be there on the 18th. The promotion's called PPW.
Okay,
You have to put that in
heard
your
of
little notes. I'll have to send you their Instagram when we're done. They're out of Slatington, Pennsylvania, and their shows are live every time they go live. Every time they do a show, they're live.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're on Fight TV. You have Fight TV in Florida?
Yes, I believe I have Fight TV here.
Just look
I think
it
that's
up.
where a lot of the pay-per-views are nowadays.
Yeah, I weird. Just look up PPW. You may be able to find it. They have a show that was the previous show. Their women's division needs to be frozen. Needs a little
Oh
ice.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think every
storm.
women's division in the US needs to be frozen.
Just touch him. Gone. Oh, sorry, your champion's dead. You need a champion. Their belt's nice too. It would look nice on your shoulder. I don't know. I think you need a Pennsylvania belt to add to your collection. I don't know.
Oh right, I have a room right here and right here.
Yeah.
I'm not picky. I'm not picky. Whichever one it looks better on.
And then your mom needs to come hang out with us, hang out with my dad, and we can sit in the front row and cheer you on.
That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
The Puerto Rican section, we'd cheer you on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With the kungas. I can't sing. I'll just be like, oh. I'll play the.
Me either. I cannot sing for the life of me.
I just make my own moves when I'm dancing. I just I don't know what I'm doing. My dad's like, I'm like, I don't know. Pretending there's bees. I don't know. I make my own dance moves when I hear Spanish music, or there's a few Spanish songs that my non-Spanish friends, or I say my Caucasian friends, they're like, the one girl's like, Joe, let's dance. And I'm like, you know how to Spanish dance? She's like, yeah. And then I start doing the moves and spinning her, and she's like, stop spinning me so much. And I'm like, what are you supposed to do?
It's a lot of spinning. It's a lot of moving. It's a lot of cohesion.
A lot of hip movements. I used to watch my aunt and my uncle, and I'm just like, isn't she dizzy? Like,
oh yeah, I'll admit I'm not even the best at it. I can hold my own, but I'm not much of a dancer either.
I'm just a hands and legs kind of thing. I'm just like doing this a lot.
Yeah.
And then I trip over my foot. I'm like, wow.
Oh, that's okay. I'm right there with you.
I'm short, so I'm trying not to step on the girl's foot as we're dancing. I'm like, nope. Yeah. So, with it being the new year, I asked this to the brand yesterday. What is some of your New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions. I want to train more. I want to get out there more. I want to cross more things off the map. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I'm going back for GZW for the Women's Championship Tournament. I have advanced to the finals. So the winner in January, I'm not sure if they've announced it officially everywhere, but the winner of that will be facing me. And my number one goal for a long time now has been to win a championship from another promotion in Puerto Rico. That's always been one of my goals. And I have an amazing opportunity in GZW, and I'm not going to let it slip. I'm going to take full advantage of it, and I will win the GZW Women's Championship. Another one is IWA Florida, who I've been wrestling for probably a little over a year now. Their Women's Championship is also very beautiful. The IWA Florida Women's Championship. And that is one of my resolutions, is to win that. Also, the Orlando Women's Championship, held by Miss Kaylee Harrison. I'm coming back for that. The Florida Heavyweight Championship, I'm coming for that.
Oh, yeah.
IWA Puerto Rico, I would love to debut there. There's just so many things.
There's other places in Florida, too. There's CCW, that's in Florida.
Right, I would love to wrestle for CCW. I would love to get signed by the end of the year. That would be great.
There's people that I would love to see you wrestle this year. I want to definitely see you wrestle T Gaines. That's one of the ones I want to see you wrestle this year.
I've been wanting to wrestle her for so long.
She's amazing.
Her legs are my goal. My goal is to have her legs. She has the nicest legs.
She's Quadzilla.
She's Quadzilla. I don't know her very well, but if she's watching this, I love your legs, and I want your legs. I go to the gym every day to get quads like you.
I hope this makes into a clip on my StreamYard clips, because StreamYard, you make clips of an episode, and that's usually like how they feel, StreamYard. So the other one I want to see you wrestle is Emily Locke.
Oh, I'd love to wrestle her too.
She's a heel.
Stuff. She's really good.
She's a heel, so you would have to be the face in that match. She's always the heel. So like.
Oh, I'm down for that. I would love to wrestle her. I've seen a lot of her stuff. I think if I'm not mistaken, we're mutuals on Instagram. I think she's very good. I'd love to wrestle her too. There's so much talent in Florida, even just in Florida right now. I want to branch other places, but just in Florida, there are so many people here that I want to cross off that list this year, and those two are definitely on that list for me.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Bella. That there's like so much talent in Florida within the wrestling world. It's like amazing to see that since COVID, now independent wrestling it's on that rise again within Florida. Right. Hey, what's up, Vinny? Welcome, my friend Vinny. But he's watching on Facebook. Hello. Welcome, Vinny. Joe. Hey, Vinny. So what do you think about that? The independent wrestling scene as a whole in Florida. What do you think about it right now?
I think it's amazing right now. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of creativity. I've seen some amazing things. I've seen a lot of great matches. I've seen a lot of new things being brought to the table. There's a lot new challenges. There's just so many women that I want to face who are just so incredibly talented and creative, and I would love the chance to work with them. So this year I definitely, like, just off the top of my head, you said Emily, T Gaines, Brava. I want to go back to that because that girl is a hard hitter, and I love that, and I respect that. Evilise is one person who I would really love to face. Also, Amber Nova, I would love to face her. That's another one I've been waiting for a very long time. Even people who I faced before, like Kaylee, like I could wrestle Kaylee every day.
Who was the heel in that match?
Oof. There's not really a heel. There's not really a heel when it comes to the two of us, because both of us are both highly respected and loved. And we have that respect and love for each other. But I think when we're in that ring, it's just straight aggression between us. There's no good or bad. There's just, hate to say it, but there's a winner and there's a loser. And we both want to be that winner. We both want to be the best. So I don't think when it comes to between us, it's not good versus bad. It's more two women who want to be the best and who bring out the best in each other.
Very, very much so. Yeah. So with your show being on Saturday, if I have any fans watching in Florida, or if I have any people that within Florida that are watching the show, or if I have any fans going to Florida on vacation that want to watch you wrestle live, how can they get tickets?
Oh, I can post the link on my page. It's going to be through Eventbrite. I'm going to post all of the information for the show and everything. It's here in Orlando, or it's in Lockhart, which is really a part of Orlando. Yeah, I'm going to be posting all of the information. Anybody who wants to come out, come on out. I'm in a fatal 4-way. I'm defending this baby right here. I'm keeping this baby right here. And if you're someone who doesn't live in Florida and who wants to watch it, it's not live, but it will be posted on YouTube the night, either that very night or the next morning. And I'm going to send out the link to all of that too on my page.
Awesome. Bella, if my fans, anybody wants to buy any merch from you, how can they find it?
Oh, I'm on Pro Wrestling Tees. The link is in my bio for my Pro Wrestling Tees. I just, not too long ago, a few months ago, I came out with new merch. So you have 2 options there. I have 2 different shirts. And yeah.
Awesome. If anybody wants to follow, if they're not following you on Instagram, I know that's crazy. How can they find you?
I'm on Instagram at I'm Bella Snow. That's I am Bella Snow.
Awesome. If we have any younger fans listening to this or watching this on Instagram or Facebook, and they just got into training and they're like, they don't know, their brain's still new on this wrestling thing, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Just go for it. I feel like when I was younger, because I started when I was 12 and then I took a long break for mental health reasons. I say just go for it. Don't let anybody think that you're not meant for it, because that was one of the biggest mistakes I've made. I didn't think I was meant for it. I went away for a while and I came back. And now that I'm back, I wish I would have never left. Also, focus on your training, on your wrestling, because there is so much drama in the Florida indie circuit. So much unnecessary, childish drama. Don't focus on any of that. Focus on your training. Focus on who you want to be. And don't ever sacrifice your morals to get ahead. Ever. Because it will come back to you. I've seen a lot of people who are willing to do some very messed up things to other people to try to get ahead. And it's just going to come back to bite you. So do things the right way. Always be humble. Always focus on your training. Always be nice to others. And you will be successful.
Bella, I want to thank you again for coming back on the podcast. I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck on your wrestling journey. And you're going to kill it, girl, on Saturday. Bring down the house. Make sure you definitely give her a follow. Definitely, if you can, go to the show. Remember, as I say always on this podcast, I've said this since day one, this 4 years of Dudes at Ringside, as you can see up in the right-hand corner right behind Bella. This is the 4 years of Dudes at Ringside of supporting independent wrestling. Hashtag, don't forget, I always say hashtag, but support independent wrestling if you can.
Always.
Go to the shows, buy the tickets. If you can't go by yourself, you can bring a friend that's never watched an independent wrestling show. It'll blow your mind. I never thought I would like independent wrestling. Went to my first show on Long Island at NYWC. So another promotion, Bella, you need to put on the list of wrestling promotions.
Will do.
To New York, the New York Wrestling Connection. As I always say, support independent wrestling. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Bella Snow.
The champ. And we will catch you in the next one.